Okay, in this video, I'm going to show that the, the word flesh is not always used in the same way. And I'm not talking about one man, man is one flesh, and bird is another flesh, and fish is another flesh. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the flesh of man before sin and then after sin. So if we look here, Genesis chapter 2, verse 23, in the Strong's Concordance, said that where it says of my bones and F for flesh of my flesh, talking about Eve, was flesh of Adam's flesh. And on the right it's the number 1320. So we look at the number 1320 right here, and it says this: flesh, from its freshness, by extension body, person, also by euphemism, the pudina of a man, body, flesh, fat, fleshed, lean, fleshed, kin, mankind, nakedness, self, skin. So there's nothing wrong with Adam before he sinned with his flesh. Now this is interesting because we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50. When it's talking about the rapture, it says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh, and then it leaves you, but it says, and flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God. But is it talking about the flesh before the fall? Well, let's take a look here. This word flesh is number 4561 in the Greek. This is after the fall. Now listen to this. The number 4561, the sinful flesh, defined as this: from the base of G463, flesh as stripped of the skin, i.e., strictly the meat of an animal, as food. Remember, it says that the serpent had to crawl on his belly and eat the dust of the ground. Well, man is made of dust. So we are flesh right now as the animal flesh. This is our fallen flesh, guys. This is not regular flesh that Adam had. It says this: as food, or by extension, the body as opposed to the soul or spirit, or as the symbol of what is external, or as the means of kindred, or by implication, human nature with its frailties, physical or moral, and passions, or specifically a human being as such, carnally minded, fleshly. So you see how we have two different definitions for the same word flesh. The first one, there was nothing wrong with it, and that was the number flesh for Adam before he sinned. Now we have in 1 Corinthians 15 the word flesh, but it's not the same flesh as we just read. This flesh has animal skin, carnally minded, no good. This flesh right here cannot inherit the kingdom of God. That's why it has to be changed. 1 Corinthians 15, chapter 15, verses 50 through 54. So you got to be real careful when you're looking at these words, because it just says flesh in both spots in the King James. But when you look it up in the concordance, that's when it reveals more to you. Hey, what's up, guys? This is just a quick apology video for a video I did probably about a week ago. I said the word, a bad word. I'm not going to spell it out or anything. And I didn't mean to. I've just been under a lot of stress. And when I was talking, when somebody cusses, they're trying to express how heavily they feel. But really what I should have done is find, a better word for that, or a better way for that. But it just came out. And, just to let you in on something, is that when I first started doing videos years and years ago, probably about 7 years ago, I'm on Instagram too. But I would cuss. And I, surely enough, very quickly, maybe like a year or two, the Spirit Like, it was like, you can't do that. I would feel it when I would cuss in videos. And I was like, oh, I can't do that. I have to be professional. Uh, but that's what happens, when God picks a person out, they're in their own thing, living like whatever. But then all of a sudden you start to feel this pressure, this expectation. Like when I was making the video and I would cuss, and then I would watch it after. I'm like, oh, I can't do that anymore. So I feel kind of bad about last week making that video. I want to be professional, and I want everybody to listen to my videos. Young people, old people, no offense, whatever old is, I don't even know. Middle-aged people, Christians, non-Christians. And I know that sometimes if you say a cuss word, then people will shy away from your video. Like, oh, this guy isn't serious, or he's not professional, or he has a dirty mouth, or whatever. So, slipped out, and I'm sorry. I can't go. I don't want to take the video down, even though I might, but I'm not going to take it down, edit, and put it back up. If I take it down, I'll take it down. But regardless, I'll probably take it down because you guys have seen it already. But this is just my quick apology. Cussing was one of the things in the beginning when I started making videos that I struggled with. And I still struggle with, but I can feel it every time. You have to be a good witness, right? So anyways, my Instagram channel is called Hidden Wisdom 2020. And I have the same icon as I do on here, and the 2020 is letters. It's not 2020 spelled out. It's Hidden Wisdom 2020. So if you want to check me out on Instagram, I've been doing that a lot longer than YouTube, and that is my second channel. My first one got shut down, and my first YouTube channel got shut down, which I started years ago too. Been doing this for a long time. That's why it was a rookie mistake to cuss in the video the other day. I'm like, man, I've been through a lot with cussing in videos. I know I shouldn't have done that. So, and there's a couple people on here that I know might shy away from my videos if I cuss. And I respect them because they make really good videos. They're really solid guys, it seems like. So, hopefully this doesn't affect that. Anyways, thank you guys. God bless.